And I mean 1 minute. But I don't consider myself to be late at all because I was here and I got here before all y'all. Before all y'all. But it's all good. And I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad y'all here too. I'm feeling like a real man should because I feeling like a real man should because guess how I do. I said yeah, this is all about me and you. We go. Yeah, that's what's up. I said, is it hot? Yup, yeah. So, Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Today, we are talking about no paper trail. No paper trail. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear no paper trail? Well, it's supposed to be when you're moving in a way that is a little bit undetectable. Hold on. I don't know if this is going to work right. I don't want my chain rubbing up against. Let me see. Drop it down a little lower. See if the magnet is strong enough to keep it there. I don't like that. I don't really feel like it is, but if we run into difficulties, I'm sure y'all let me know. I'm tie the chain around the. I could just take it off, right? I could just take it off. I don't really need it. All right, so like no paper trail is supposed to symbolize how you're moving. You're moving in a way where it's undetectable by a money trail. But is there really a such thing as a no paper trail nowadays? Because even if you don't have a way to be tracked through your physical currency, like through American dollars or whatever, they have paper money in other countries too. I'm sure y'all aware of that. Especially my man Ansel Jones is all up in the house. But when you start talking about moving in a way or getting from here to there, East Coast to West Coast, without being detected by money trail, paper trail. Like it used to be physical papers, signed documents, money, people that you went to that would get that would get interviewed and things like that, and they had verification, actual paper verification documents and stuff like that, where they could know exactly what you did, where you went, and how things happened, and it was used as evidence in court. Now, when they say no paper trail, they just mean that you didn't have any physical paper money that you used. The more we take away the physical paper money trail, the more the digital paper trail gets ramped up. So a lot of people feel like they are safe. They are safer on the streets because they don't carry around cash. And I know many of y'all probably don't carry around cash anymore for that reason, especially people who live in large cities or whatever, where there might be crime and things like that. You don't want to run around here with a lot of cash, especially during the holiday season where people could stick you up or rob you or whatever. You could get hurt. So they figured that it's safer to just have your credit cards on you or your debit cards or whatever. Plastic currency, to whereas if somebody does take something away from you, you can just make a phone call and get everything shut down and you will be able to keep your money. And that sounds safe and it sounds secure until you start thinking about the privacy aspect of the way that you live. The whole privacy aspect of your life can go down the tubes because of the digital paper trail. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the benefits of having physical cash versus the benefits of having digital currency. And which one works better for you? And that's basically what we're asking. No, that's actually what we're asking in the poll question. Which one works better for you? Cash money, cold cash money, or digital currency? You know, your debit cards, your credit cards, and all that kind of stuff. Well, we're going to get into it. We're going to get involved. These puzzle pieces, we going to solve. So we are on it right now. So what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear no paper trail? Have you ever been in a situation where you needed to not leave a paper trail in what you were doing? Now, it doesn't always have to involve crime. I ain't trying to, bring nobody on here to start snitching or nothing like that. But there are certain benefits to not leaving a paper trail. For example, let's say you are involved with somebody romantically who likes to go through your shit. They go in your pants pockets, find receipts about on stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yo, so you were at the George Washington Lodge, huh? The other night. Yeah, for 5 hours. You was at the George Washington Lodge. The George Washington Motor Lodge for 5 hours. 5 hours. What were you doing? You might not have been committing any crimes, any illegal crimes, but you might have been committing a crime of passion. You know what I mean? You was getting your smash on at the George Washington Motor Lodge, right off the exit, the Route 38 exit ramp in Jersey. Shout out to Pennsauken, baby. Shout out to Cherry Hill, New Jersey. All right, anyway, so if, let's say you were planning a surprise party. You were planning a surprise party. You want to give your sweetie a surprise party for their birthday, and you know that they're the type that snoops and looks around and whatever. So you want to make sure that they don't find evidence that you were planning this thing, because they might be the jealous type that thinks that you are planning something that's sinister, something wrong. Like they think that you out there cheating. Meanwhile, you trying to make sure that you call all of her friends and family and people who are important in her life or his life to give them this party of a lifetime. So you've sworn everybody to secrecy. Yo, it's a surprise party, so don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. So not leaving a paper trail might be important for you in order to get this party off, this surprise party off without a hitch. So how are you going to do it? You got to make sure that you don't leave a paper trail. So you got to make sure that you don't have receipts laying around. You have to make sure that you don't have contracts laying around. You have to make sure that people ain't, sending, you mess around and leave documents in the fax machine. Shout out to all of y'all that still have the 3-in-1 printer. Fax, print, copy, print, fax, print. And I always thought, like, what's the difference between printing and copying? Well, there is. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's not print. It's copy, fax, and when you upload something on the computer, what's that shit called? What's it called? Where my office people at? Not faxing. It's scan, fax, copy. The 3-in-1 computer. Scan, fax, copy. Thanks, Ansel Jones. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Dimples D's. And I know y'all think y'all said it first, but it's a delay on the computer. So I already figured it out before y'all. But nonetheless, I appreciate the help. But anyway, trying not to leave a paper trail. And trying not to leave a paper trail is not that easy because a paper trail doesn't necessarily always involve physical paper. But a lot of times it does. But you have the digital paper trail, and you also have people that you actually talked to, saw you there. Cameras and microphones and things like that are now part of a paper trail. But we're gonna start. I'm going too far too soon. We're gonna slow the ride down a little bit and really talk about this thing. But I need y'all to do me one. Need y'all to hook something up. Please do something for me. One time, no fee. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like. Hit the like. Please hit the like. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. That's all I ask of you. You know what? I think I have my full voice back. I think I have my full voice back. It's been gone for weeks. I think I got the whole thing back. So now I'm ready to do my duet with a special female doing Fire Desire. I'll be Rick James and she'll be Tina Marie. Whether she's black or even not even light skinned. And then you kissed my lips and you turned on my fire. Fire, baby. And you burn me up within your flame. Took me a little higher, baby. Made me live again. You turned on my... Huh? All right. Turned on my fire, baby. And you burn me up within your flame. Took me a little higher, baby. Huh? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready to really rock steady? No paper trail, no paper trail, no paper trail, not a fail. Paper trail, no paper trail. You turned on my fire, baby. What'd he say? He said, oh, I think about the things I used to say, thinking he's God's gift to women. Remember how I used to do that? I must have been crazy back then. Rick was talking that shit. Rick was talking that shit. Like, yo, paper trail. Paper trail. Paper trail. Paper trail. No paper trail. Paper trail. Paper trail. Paper trail. Paper trail. Paper trail. You turned on my fire, baby. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the drums out of the way, and then we're gonna have this conversation about you turned on my. All right, you know what? I've been fronted on in better places than this, and I don't have to put up with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because my mama told me I was fly. That's what she did, and I believed her. And I'm gonna go with that. So y'all can call me corny. Y'all can call me whack. I ain't gonna believe you. My mama told me I was dope. And I know she meant that shit. Cause she wasn't drinking when she said it. So no paper trail. No paper trail. Okay, let me ask y'all this. How many of y'all who work a job, and that's probably everybody, we gotta make a living. I mean, but some of y'all might be hustlers. Some of y'all might be entrepreneurs. Some of y'all might be serial entrepreneurs. You know, a serial entrepreneur is always getting money. They see somebody getting money, they start getting money at the same time. Like, I just bought this candle. I just bought this candle off this board. Yo, can you smell this shit? I'm about to go duplicate this scent and sell this candle. He sold it to me for $7. I'm about to sell this shit for 15. Serial entrepreneurs. Anyway, how many of y'all who work at a job still get a paper check? Still get paid in a paper check? Some of y'all might work under the table and actually get physical cash, paper money. Oh yeah, it's still people out there that get paid in cash. You know what I mean? When they say under the table, they mean that shit literally. Like, listen, man. Yeah. It's all there. It's all there. Make sure you here on Monday. Yeah, you work at a auto detailing place. Work at an anybody who know the game about auto detailing. Work at an auto detailing. You don't see no cars getting detailed. You see cars, but I don't see nobody. They ask you where the dude who do the detail. They're like, oh, he at lunch. Come back around 5. They close at 4. Anyway, so does anybody still get a paper check? All right, nobody answered the question. I'm going to assume that everybody probably gets paid direct deposit. I think I might have been the last person I know to still get a physical check, get paid in a physical check. And I wanted to keep it that way. My company that I work for told me, listen, that physical check shit is dead. So you either get direct deposit, we need that routing number and that account number, or we will give you this debit card and your whole pay will be on that debit card. And that's how it's going to go from now on. So I was like, so it's like that. I can't get paid the way I've been getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, why come I gotta get direct deposit or a debit card? Well, because they want to go paperless. And the reason that they want to go paperless has a lot of benefits to it. Now let them tell it. They just don't want to deal with having to have somebody physically mail out the check or pay for shipping, like a FedEx. I think my check was mailed to my job by FedEx, and I think they overnighted it. So that was subject to human error because sometimes people they would send the parcel late. Like if they didn't come in that day and they were the only person that was mostly responsible for mailing out the check. So they wanted to cut that out. That's their excuse. I suggest, or I suspect that the real reason they want to go paperless is because they maintain more control and it's cheaper for them. There's a monetary benefit. Now, if you think about it, most of the businesses that you may patronize, they deal a lot with digital currency. They want you to, they slide it. They slide it. And some businesses have a limit to where you can use your card. Now, that's becoming more rare, but years ago, some businesses would have like a $5 limit or a $10 limit for you to be able to use your card because they do pay a fee from the credit card companies to, each time you have a digital transaction. At least that's what they tell you. Now, how do you know that that's really true? You have to take their word for it, right? Because you know that your credit card company charges you. So you figure that they charge your company too. But think about it. Why would you wouldn't make a deal with a credit card company to get to have like a bulk rate that they would pay so they wouldn't have to pay for each transaction? But they're not going to tell you that. They got backroom deals that they've made and all of their deals are going to go to benefit them, which they should. I mean, they're businessmen and that's how they taking care of things. But they'll tell you that, oh, we don't want to charge you this. It's because of this, that, and the third. Okay. So we talking about no paper trail. How many of y'all pay y'all bills online? Now, when I pay my credit card bills, they don't charge me anything for paying it online or calling it in. I don't pay anything for that. However, when I pay my electric bill, when I pay my water bill, when I pay my gas bill, they charge me $2.95 just for paying online. Now, they're not paying for no human labor online. They're not paying for the credit card fee. They're not paying for anything. They're not paying for a building that has to have rent paid on it, and lights in it, heat in it, water in it, all kinds of overhead. They're not paying for any of that. So why does it cost you money to pay your bills online? You know why? Because they can, and you will. You're looking at it like it's convenient, even though you're losing $3 every time you pay. And they have hundreds of thousands of customers or millions of customers. So they're getting paid for nothing. And it's definitely a paper trail, digital paper trail all day. Is it fair? No. But we're looking at it like it's a convenience. Like, you know how some of y'all who pay y'all bills at the last minute? And I was taught by businessmen to only pay your bills on the last day that is due. Make sure that you don't accrue late payment and those fees. But they said never pay your bills. How like some people, want to get it out of the way because they know they're going to fuck their money up. You know what I mean? If they don't pay their bills right away. Shout out to y'all who can't hold on to no money. You know what I'm saying? My check to check people, where y'all at? Where my check to check people? Where you at? That should be all of y'all. We all live check to check. And you know what the proof of that is? Let that next check not come and see if you just let it go. Like, Shit, I'm so paid from the last checks I got. I ain't worried about that next check. Shit, you be like, oh no, hell no. It's the holidays. Hell no. It's the holidays. I don't care if I'm Muslim. I don't care if I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I don't care if I'm a Hindu. I don't care if I never heard of Christmas. I don't care if I can't speak English. I don't care if I don't follow Christ. Look, I need my money for the holidays. I need my money for the holidays. All right, y'all, let me grab a seat over here. Since, you know, y'all all warmed up and everything, I can feel you too. You feel warm. You feel warm. So, let me say what's up to everybody. My brother Ansel Jones is in the house. What's going on, my brother Ansel Jones? And Emily Dunlap is in the house. Bow, she about to turn it out. CC, or grown woman, don't try me. What's good? How you feeling? And Dimples D's. What up, Dimples? And Marvina Bigby. What's up, Marvina? How you feeling? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. And Danielle Rawls said, can you do so? Oh, no. We good. And Bennett Jude 600. Okay, I ain't reading that. Okay, all right, cool. All right, you good? All right. Just trying to make sure that everybody get acknowledged. Come on, Carrie, aka T Carrie, right morning, noon, and that is always great to have my peoples going directly. I tell you guys, Marvina said, I haven't been serenaded in a while. I'll take it. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I got my voice back. I will not be silenced around here. I won't be silenced. So, back to what we was talking about. So, no paper trail. So, it seems like it's convenient for us to have digital currency, but the digital imprint lets the government or whoever needs to know everywhere we go. So you drive from New York to California. You go and get gas, or even if you have an electric car and you get electric, or however you say that when you have an electric vehicle. I drive a hybrid, so when I don't have to charge my car up, I still use gas. I like gas. I know we're going to run out of it sooner or later in this earth. It doesn't replenish itself. But anyway, so they can see where you pay for gas, where you got some chips and some Starbucks coffee or Dunkin' or, whatever you bought at the convenience store or the rest stop restaurants or whatever. They can see everything you bought, everything you see. When you look at your bank statement or you look at your credit card statement, for those of y'all who actually look at it, some of y'all don't want to look at it because y'all know y'all be overspending, and you know how you make a purchase that you really didn't want to make. Like, I'm going to have to get a new refrigerator, and I'm already thinking about that shit. Like, as soon as I start to get a little bit ahead, But yeah, you make a purchase that you didn't really want to make, but you did it anyway. Sometimes some of y'all don't want to look at y'all bank statements or y'all credit card statements. Like, I know what I did. I don't need no reminder of what I did. I did what I did. It was necessary at the time. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, Bump City, says, I like hybrid. Hybrid is dope. That's why I always clock my gas mileage. Like, yeah, this is good. This is good. And Bump City says, using credit cards is a tracking tactic too. Yes, it is. That's the whole point I was trying to make. Everywhere you slide your card, you're telling them where you went And remember, that shit is time stamped too. It's time stamped, location stamped. And be like, yo, at this Kentucky rest stop, Highway 66 or whatever. Yeah, you filled up on premium. Why anybody would get premium gas if they taking a long ass drive is questionable. But hey, you move how you move. You move how you move. And it is your move to make. So what can anybody say? Huh? What can anybody say? But there's such a sinister plot that goes along with this whole digital imprint, digital currency, digital paper trail. So you may think that because you're not carrying cash that you're safe and secure. And to a certain degree, you may be right. Not 100% right, though. And that's what we want to be striving for. You don't want to be half-ass safe. That's like picking up your serial killer cousin from jail. Like, he would never kill nobody in his family. He got let out on a technicality. He needs to still be in there. Let's check the poll question. Let's bounce off of that. 20 votes. 20 votes on the poll question. Which works better for you, cash money or digital currency? Now, this is surprising because people, 40% said cash money all day and every time. Some of y'all wising up. And 15% says digital currency for me. Okay. 30% says cash is more reliable. And 15% says digital currency is the future. For those of y'all who said cash is more reliable, I'm interested to know what you mean by that. I know what I would mean if I said it, but I want to know y'all perspective. When you say that cash money is more reliable, what do you mean? What do you mean? Because if you don't have it on you, how reliable is it? With digital currency, you don't have to have your credit cards. You can have your phone. You might just have your phone. Apple Pay, Google Pay, what they call GPay, Samsung Pay. There is a such thing. Shout out to all my Samsung phone users. What up, Stacy White? What's good? What do y'all mean? When y'all say it's more convenient, I mean more reliable, what do you mean? What's your idea of reliability? What's your idea of reliability? For those of y'all who said, or those of y'all who didn't say it but agree that cash is more reliable, what are y'all saying? What are you saying? Now, I'll give y'all a couple of seconds to see if anybody responds to that. All right. Yeah. Cash is more reliable. I'll say this. There are certain things you can do with cash that you just can't do with a card. There are certain things you can do with cash that you can't do with a card. One of those things, and this is a major thing, in my opinion, is influence people, AKA bribe people. You come through with a suitcase or a duffel bag full of money, And people going to listen to what you have to say. And that's just a fact. You know how all cash transactions over $10,000 by law have to be reported to the IRS. Come there with 11,000 and see if they ain't willing to say that they never received the 10,000, but they're going to give you whatever you came in there for. So in that vein, cash is more reliable. I used to get my fish from the fish market. Head off split. I would tell the fish owner guy, normally a Chinese guy or Korean or something like that. I would tell him, no, I can clean my own fish. And I'm paying cash. And guess what? If I was getting 10 pounds of fish, for example, guess what? Now I'm getting 11 pounds. That might just be 1 or 2 extra fish, but I got 1 or 2 extra fish. Why? Because now his guy doesn't have to spend his time cleaning my fish, and I paid him cash money. So it's like no paper trail. The paper trail stops right there at the merchant. So cash is reliable in that if you need a favor, cash in their hand says a lot. If you tell them, all right, I'm going to deposit this money in your account. What's the name of that politician? He's he works for Trump. But he was working in the Biden administration too. And he took the FBI went to him with a $50,000 bribe. And he took the money. They have him on camera taking the money. He never denied that he took the money. Now they trying to act like it never happened. Everybody is mum's the word. Hush, hush. He running around here talking about something. He ain't got he didn't do anything illegal. He didn't do anything wrong. And people are asking, well, what happened to the money? If the FBI set up a sting operation and he took the money, well, did he pay taxes on the money? Since all y'all changing your story or not saying nothing. Anyway, 50,000 in cash. He said that that's the way he does business. What's his name? What's his name? Let me see. What's the name of the politician who accepted a $50,000 bribe from the FBI? Tom Homan, a politician involved in a recent controversy over accepting a $50,000 payment from undercover FBI agents, is Tom Homan, who serves as a White House border czar. He's the border czar. Oh, the immigration guy. He's the border Caesar. He's the border Caesar. Marvina says, my son called me last summer. He said, we came down to go swimming. They only take cash. Can you help us? Of course. Of course. She keeps us some cash. That's what's up. Stacy, you say you like cards better? Okay. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, says a few years ago, some small township tried to say I owed them for a service. I was quick to pull up said statement with the check number. Nice. And come on, Carrie says, true, each has its advantages. And they do. Each has its advantages. What I want to find out from y'all is which one has the greater advantage? Which one has the more personal advantage for you? Listen, I'm about the paper money, cash money. I don't like banks. I don't like banks. I don't like financial institutions as on the whole. I don't like the fact that they can take my money, add it with your money, and invest and actually charge me for allowing them to handle my money. Because that's what they do. Or they give you such a small percentage. Like, you open up a savings account. You know how people are always talking about living off the interest or something, such and such got paid this big lump sum of money, and he or she don't even have to spend the money. They living off the interest. I used to hear people talk that shit all the time. Yeah, they just living off the interest. Yeah. I'm like, how they living? That's how I'm living. That's how I'm living. That's how I'm living. That's how I'm living. You know how much money you have to have in the bank, especially nowadays, because the interest rates are fucked. But do you know how much money at any time in this life that you have to have in order to live comfortably off of just the interest? Like, what do you got? Billions in there? Mega millions in there? What do you mean? You living off the interest? People used to say that shit though. I don't think that they was telling the truth, but they said it all the time. Such and such, it's just living off the interest. We should do a show called What Broke People Be Saying. Right. Bum City said 1% of what? And so Jones says the biggest paper trail I have is military documents. I mean, it says my grandpa buried his money in the yard. A man after my own heart. That's what I'm talking about. Hello, kitty. You came in here like you had a purpose. You good? Oh, you ain't talking. You ain't speaking? What did you think? I got something for you? I ain't got nothing for you. I just wanted to know, why you just walk past me without saying nothing? You know what I mean? I know we don't speak in terms. I ain't do nothing to you. You good? Don't look at me like you don't understand English. Good kitty. Nice kitty. Fun kitty. Don't fucking scratch me. Nigga. Don't fucking scratch me. So, yeah. I don't trust banks and financial institutions or whatever because I know that they get funny with the money. I think it's interesting that banks hardly keep a lot of cash on hand. If you go into a bank right now, well, let's say tomorrow when the bank's open, and you tell them you need $20,000 in cash, you can best believe you ain't getting it that day. They got no money. They not handling that kind of cash. You would have to make an appointment and let them know that you're going to need that much money for that day so they can have the Brinks truck bring that amount of cash for you. Because they're not going to willingly release that much cash money at one time. And it's your money. Why should you have to call ahead to get your money? We're living in some strange times, but it gets worse because electronically they're holding your money. And they're also telling you that you can't withdraw the kind of money that you might need. So you might have a daily spending limit that they set and that you would have to petition for in order to increase. So like my daily spending limit at my bank is $1,200. So what if I need $1,500? What if I need 5,000? Can't get it out of that ATM. This is the reason. If I had my cash up under my mattress, if I had it in a nice, if I had it in a sock, in my kids' closet or in their drawers, not their drawers, their drawers. You know, there's a shirt over here, jeans over here, socks down there, underwear with. Yeah. I would have access to my money. So one of the pitfalls of digital currency is that you may not always have access to your own money. Ain't that right, Kitty? Yeah, she likes cash. You don't like digital currency, do you? No, no digital currency. Right, no digital currency. That's right. Give me the cash. Give me the cash. She grew up on cash. I mean, it is what it is. She grew up on cash. Yes, cash. Cash. That works for us. Mm-hmm. Cash for food. Cash. Cash. All right, so I'm touching her like it's sweet like that. It ain't sweet like that at all. Fuck out of here. It ain't sweet like that at all. Okay. Oh, come. Oh, Carrie, you said cash. Okay. That was your vote. All right. And so it says using money or ATM in different countries. Okay. Marvina says, yeah, that limit throws a wrench in in plans at times. Hell yeah. Your money, you can't. 1,200? I'm like, so if you got 12,000 in the bank and they telling you can only withdraw 1,200 for today. Really? No, it says I'm guilty of having a CC balance. The interest is how they make their money. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's definitely how they make their money. And I don't have a problem with the way they make their money. I just don't like it in terms of how I fit into the equation. That's the problem I have. Go ahead. I mean, business people are going to be business people. I have to handle my own business. That's the way that works. There's no reason why we have to get in the way of each other. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Please make sure y'all hit the like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So, so what we got? We got banks. We got your job forcing you to use direct deposit. We got your creditors requesting or demanding that you go paperless. Now, there's still some businesses that will send you the bill. And I remember years ago, some businesses would pay you or take $1 off of the bill if you agreed to go paperless. So that lets you know a little something about what paperless billing is about. When they send out paper, when they send you out a bill, a physical paper bill, somebody has to pay for that postage. Somebody got to pay for something. There's a whole lot of something that somebody has to pay for. And they normally put the cost to you in the form of your interest rate, a straight up and down fee, something. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, says, although it's not really volatile, Bitcoin appears to be the digital currency that can be used worldwide. Interesting. Cece says, Norris, I don't trust Bitcoin. Don't know enough about it. Care credit charges to send a paper bill. Okay. Macy's sends out a paper bill for free. I believe. I might have to check my terms and conditions on that. I know they keep asking me, can we go paperless? I'm like, what's it worth to you? And and then they try to convince you that going paperless is better for you because now you can avoid paper clutter around your house. And that's actually true. That's actually true. But there comes a time in your life where you need a paper bill or physical verification. Physical verification. As a matter of fact, the other day, I was going to switch from T-Mobile to Verizon. Verizon was like, yo, man, we're going to give you everything. And we even going to let you smash our girl if you become our customer and leave them alone. I was like, hold on, let me get this straight. Y'all gonna give me everything I want and you're gonna let me smash your girl? He said, yeah. I said, look, what she look like? He tried to describe her. I said, you don't have no picture? Upload a photo. He didn't. We didn't make a deal, but it's still pending. But I'm telling that story because they wanted me to upload a PDF copy of the bill that I paid because I had to prove that whatever I told them I was paying, that I was paying, because they had they had to beat whatever my current bill was by at least $5. Plus, they added in, let me smash their girl. I was like, listen, I got a woman. I don't need her. But what she look like again? I just want to see what y'all giving out. You know what I mean? Because if y'all offering mud ducks, y'all do have some mud ducks. But they give the bomb head. Can you verify that? Oh, if you know, huh? Anyway, yeah, they wanted me to upload a PDF copy of my bill so they could match it. So I'm like, of course, I had to do that digitally. And when we start talking about a paper trail or no paper trail, we start getting into this area to where we have to verify everything, even though things are verified, easily verified. I was supposed to be seeing if they sent my joint yet. Not sent, but sent. No. Nothing. That's all right. That's okay. I'm gonna get back with them. I'm gonna get back at them. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all participate in the poll question. Make sure that y'all participate in the poll question. All right. Okay. Now the poll question says 38% says cash all day and every time. Cash all day and every time. All right, cool. We no matter that. Now, when I go to the Eagles games, the pro shop, the Eagles store, where they have all of the Eagles gear and paraphernalia, you know, the game day stuff, or whatever. People, you know, buy a lot of Eagles gear, whatever, and it's the holidays. But on game days, they do not accept cash, and I found that out the hard way. One day after a game or during a game, I went into the pro shop, you know, to buy a sweatshirt or whatever. And when I get to the counter, I reached in my pocket, pulled out my cash. And they was like, no, sir. No, sir. We don't accept cash. And I was like, you don't accept cash since when? Because I knew that I bought something with cash there before. And they said, we don't accept cash on game day. Oh. They don't accept cash on game day. Oh. So I had to eat that and wound up paying for it on credit card. And I didn't want to do that. I really didn't. Now, I could have waited the next day and went to the bank or made a mobile deposit and put the cash in my bank account to cover it. But to me, that's inconvenient. That's inconvenient. So their reasoning behind no game day cash sales is they want to make sure that, you know, people. I got another part of this story. I guess they want to make sure that people don't lose their money, get robbed for their money on their way to the stadium or whatever. I mean, I've never heard of any of that kind of stuff happening, but you know, it is what it is. Safety first. Where I was sitting, where I sit during the Eagles games, this couple was sitting next to me and they had cash on them. And they were like, is there any place in here where we can get some food for cash? And I said, no. I said, oh man, yeah, they don't accept cash anymore. The stands, the beer concession stands or whatever, they don't accept cash anymore. But you know who did accept cash? The beer guy that walks up and down the stairs. He accepted cash. They was happy. They was so happy. White couple. They was like, oh, we're gonna get beer. Yeah. Of course, the beer guy accepted credit cards and check cards too. But he accepted cash. Damn. Queen Monica says even parking. They don't accept cash for parking? That's too much. That's too much of a digital paper trail for me. And I don't pay for parking at the stadium, but damn. Damn, mama damn. Mama damn. Parking? Damn. Everything digital. Now, you know that the biggest downfall of digital currency and the digital world on the whole, the biggest downfall is that it's subject to natural disasters or negative human control. If they are able to turn on your ability to buy things with the flip of a switch, as far as like your credit cards or whatever is concerned, or your banks, then that means that they can just turn it off whenever they feel like it. Country being in a state of emergency, now your bank accounts are frozen. What you gonna do? Because you ain't got no cash. Remember, you don't carry cash. You ain't got no cash. No cash. Well, that doesn't make me very comfortable. Get yourself some mattress money. A crackhead comes around your crib. And they got this 35 millimeter SLR camera with the 300 times zoom. You can see all the way to heaven. This shit is like the Hubble telescope. This is like the Hubble telescope. This lens can see so far. You can see the man on the moon and Phyllis Hyman. Meet me on the moon soon as you can. My people's time is in the house. What's up? I ain't see you come in. Good to see you. Ansel Jones says Jane Jetson took cash. She sure did. No, she took wallet. She gave him a little cash. My boy Elroy. And Marina says, Ansel, the Flintstone women said, charge it. Charge it. You know what? Y'all wildin'. Flintstones is my favorite show. Time says, son, there's one thing you will never change about the 80s, brother. About this 80s brother right here. I need dividends on me at all times. I used to have it in the shoebox. Now I have it in a safe in the house. Yo. I'm trying to tell you, having cash available is important. It is. And you don't realize how important it is until you really need it. People be at the crib, they ain't got no cash on them. No cash? It's snow tonight. You don't feel like shoveling your walk tomorrow morning. Young boy come around the crib, like, yo, I shovel your walk for $10. Oh, okay, let me go. I gotta go to the ATM. Now your walk ain't being shoveled. Not by the young boy. He needs cash on carry. Here, go ahead and agree to shovel your walk, and then he knocking on that door as soon as he done. I'm finished. You want to check out the job? What you think? He got a universal card reader on his phone? He might. But I wouldn't take the chance. You got the chime. Square, not chime, square. Square, that's the little card reader that you attach to your phone. Type C. The Type C port. And so says vending machines take cards now. They sure do. That lets you know how much those vending machines be charging. Time says, very, very important. Listening to brothers talking about it. I gotta go to the bank. I'll be right back. Oh, hell no. I'm not leaving my house. CC says, now you have to do it yourself. Time says, Sun 752, how do you think we made our money in the 80s? All you needed was three of your best friends have a shovel and hustle the neighborhood, even doing the cutting the grass. You can't stop the hustle. That's and carrying bags to people cars at the market. Money, 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 money. People got to have it. Hey, people really need it. What we talking about? Yeah, man. CC says, now you have to do it yourself. That's right. You ain't getting now you're not going to work. You just want to chill in the crib all day, watch TV, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. But no, now you lacing up your boots, putting on your hats, scarves, gloves, digging the shovel out of your garage or your basement, or you might have, your garage or your basement, shed kitchen or somewhere, wherever you put the shovel last year, because you probably can't even remember, like, where I put this. Damn, didn't the neighbor borrow that joint? Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, you lost out on the opportunity to be lazy today. Now you gotta take your black ass out there and shovel your walk before somebody slip and fall on your shit and tap into your homeowner's insurance. Why? Because you ain't had no cash. Bumper City says, shout out to the mighty OJs. Shout out to them. Forever mine. Ooh. Oh, no, baby. You got what I want. I got you one. This my shit. And we were made for each other. My shit. OJ was nice with it. Tom says top 10 Adidas were not cheap. Chuck Taylors will not cheat. And it is taught how to save money too. It taught us how to save money too. For real. Top 10 Adidas was not cheap. That was the top of the line. Some 10s. Top 10s ruled until until Air Force Ones came out. When Air Force Ones first came out, you had to get them from Foot Locker. You couldn't get them at the sneaker store around the way, but you can get them top 10s. Remember when they came out? Remember when they came out with the patent leather ones? The blue, the red? It's like the patent leather. You had a pair of top 10s, man. You was rich. Everybody else was relegated to shell tops. You got a pair of what? You got a pair of 10s? You got a what? What? Marvina says, gotta buy that rock salt. Snow is coming tomorrow. Yup. They said it's supposed to be like a nor'easter on Tuesday or some shit. Tom says, OJ's used to be my girl and my favorite. We cry together. Last night, me and my woman. Oh, shit. And so Jones said, the bootleggers never had a paper trail. Damn. You said the bootlegging Africans now, you give them a card. And you would think they would be like, no, cash only. Tom says, I believe I had every pair of Adidas shell toes and Adidas forums with the straps quarter cuts. Adidas was popping. And like you said to them Air Force Ones. Deets, as we call them, those shits was ruling. Forums. And remember, they came out with a pair called Decades. So Decades was like the three quarter high tops. So you was in between top 10s and forums, because forums was premium sneaks with that little gate. You know, inside they had the little weave woven type thing. I don't know what it was about that. It was captivating. It was captivating. Like, that lets you know that you spent your $100 right. And we talk about 1984, 1985. How much money that was for a pair of sneakers. $100, baby. I think they only had forums at Foot Locker too. They ain't had them in the local sneaker stores around my way that I remember. No paper trail. No paper trail. The goddamn 80s, boy. The goddamn 80s. That was my time. That was our time. Good time, bad time, rag time. You know, I would be having a good time today if the Eagles hadn't got their ass whooped on Friday. They fucked up my whole weekend. I ain't even gonna hold you. They ruined everything. I'm starting to believe that they don't care about me. That's what I'm starting to believe. That's a hard reality to come to grips with. But I might have to just accept my fate. I might gotta accept my fate. Do things, bad things, brother. Boom, 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 boom. Marvina says, you better keep all that paper. I called the Social Security office and they need it all from birth. Man, you ain't never done lied. You go get your driver's license or something like that, or go get your passport. They want a physical copy of your birth certificate. Why they ain't digitized that? Why can't you just upload your birth certificate? Damn, Ansel. Said the Clue tapes and Funk Flex was my cash exchange on weekends. You taking it back to the early 2000s, huh? The late 90s, huh? All right, baby boy. I see you. Tom says 1980, one of my favorite rap groups was Houdini. They set it off with friends and how many of us have them. And One Love, the awesome song, The Freaks Come Out at Night. You know, my favorite song by Houdini was Escape. Dun, 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 dun. Escape. Gotta get away. Dun, 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 dun. I left my house this morning on my way to work. Some lady on the train spilled coffee on my shirt, and people started laughing like the whole thing was funny. I would have went home except I need the money because times is hard. My boss is crazy. The guy who works with me, he's so damn lazy, sits around all day, drinks coffee and tea, expect all the work to be done by me. And sometimes I wonder what they hired me for, to operate computers or run to the store. And when I ask for a raise, they tell me be patient. I've been working 3 years without a damn vacation. Things could be better, but they're getting worse. Before I got this job, I never used to curse. So I had it up the head when people treat me wrong. So why they tell the DJ to play my song? Escape. Gotta get away. That's my shit. That song, to this day, from the time I heard it before I was working, meant something to me. I was like, I feel his pain. He's talking to us. Jalil is talking to us. He said, my girl's half mad. No, my girl's half wild. No, my girl's half mad, drives me wild. All she cares about is ripping the style. She wants diamonds, furs, and now she wants kids. But what she needs is someone else to live. My psychiatrist tells me to give her more time, but one more step, it might blow my mind. The pressure's building up on me more and more. They got me seeing doing things I never saw before. I need a break, y'all. I can't take this pace. I feel locked up and I want to escape and I want to escape and I want to escape. Rest in peace, ecstasy. Rest in peace, ecstasy. Tom says, yeah, Escape was good too. Bro, that's about to. And don't forget, you got a big mouth. You got a big mouth. Big, yeah. Yeah, Houdini was, people forget, Houdini was getting it. You had Run DMC. Run DMC was running shit, but Houdini was right behind him. And they had the best stage shows. Couldn't nobody fuck with Houdini? They was like the first. I better be careful about that because I want to say, all right, I'm not gonna say that they was the first one to introduce dancers, background dancers, but they had the best ones because they remember UTFO was their background dancers before they came out with Roxanne. And you know how good Kango, rest in peace, Kango and Dr. Ice, they was killing shit, killing it. Tom says one of my favorite rap songs of all time had to be Funky Dividends. That song right there resonates in 2025. Shout out to the Philly rapper. I know you know him. Yeah, the EST. You talk about 3 times dope. 3 times dope. Yeah, that was that. Yeah. 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 I tell you what, Michelle in that song, she ain't want no digital currency. Yo, she wanted cash. And who was this Michelle? Who was this mystery woman, Michelle? Been with Steady B, EST, Cool C. Cool C talking about some girls like you, Michelle, is hard to find. So I had to make you my wife so you can live the glamorous life. I'm like, she ain't hard to find. She used to go with your boy and your enemy. She said when she was with Steady B, he gave her everything. And when she was with that nut EST, he ain't give her nothing. And then here go Cool C. Cool C came around. Yeah, Michelle, girls like you is hard to find. So I had to make you my wife so you can live the glamorous life. I was like, this nigga must be getting high. No wonder you shot the cop and on death row. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? And Tom says Houdini, when you look at Freaks Come Out at Night video, they had a dance crew from New York City. They had UTFO dancing with them, and they had Jermaine Dupri, who was influenced by New York. Yeah, he was only 13. He was 13. And so Joe says, the movie Trading Places was my first intro to money. Really? All right. Come on, Gary says Michelle got that good. EST ain't think so. EST ain't believe in Michelle. Like, you better keep spending some of that Steady B money. Girls like you, Michelle, is hard to find. So I had to make you my wife so you can live the glamorous life. You call EST a nut. You a nut. Rest in peace, Officer Baird. Laretha Baird, the first female police officer killed in the line of duty by you, Cool C. With your one-hit wonder having ass. All right, he had more than one. But that was his major one, the glamorous life. Tom says, what Michelle was trying to do to EST was the same, was the shame. Was the shame of give her all the Gucci and all the nice things because Steady B was doing it for her. What EST said, hell to the Yo, we gotta come out with Michelle, the untold story. We gotta find out. Let me find out that all this bank robbing shit was over Michelle. I mean, it seems kind of coincidental, doesn't it? Ironic. 2 friends from the same neighborhood, Steady B and Cool C. Steady B put Cool C on, and he actually produced The Glamorous Life. Oh, you got it. The glam. Yo, go. Oh, you got it. She's a glamorous girl, and she came to rock your world. Anyway, We might have to do a documentary on Michelle. Because I don't remember in the case whether Michelle was ever brought into evidence. For all we know, Michelle was the one who told about the guns. We need to look into this. Tom says Steady B and Cool C had an issue with MC Shan and LL Cool J and the whole Juice crew in New York. Well, Steady B's uncle, LG, Lawrence Goodman, he in the early days, like in the early 80s, 83, 84, and a little bit of 85. He was the one who signed Marley and Shan and Roxanne Shante. So he had Pop Art Records. So Steady B was rapping, but Shan actually wrote Steady B rhymes in the early ones. So Steady B started writing his own shit after that. But, you know, Shan was actually penned some of Steady B rhymes in the beginning. So when Marley hooked up with Tyrone Williams, their manager, you know, he took them from Lawrence Goodman. He was like, nah, we ain't making no records on Pop Art no more. So Roxanne's Revenge and Rocks with the Box, those songs was on Pop Art. And Marley Scratch, that was on Pop Art. So then they made the Bridge records, and so it was really just a financial beef. But Lawrence Goodman was a gangster. Him and his brother Dana Goodman, you know, they was known for strong arming cats. So it was crazy. They was going up to New York, you know what I mean? Like gripping up motherfuckers and telling them what they better do and all. Like they was different. They was different. But yeah, that's where the beef, he you know, that it was a financial beef that they had. Steady B wasn't tough. Like Cool J put hands on Steady B. Because I think Steady B like snatched his hat off his head or some shit like that, trying to be funny. And you know, back then, Cool J wasn't going for that. Todd wasn't having it. Todd wasn't having that shit. Oh man. Ansel says, I was thinking about my high school yearbook. That's a paper trail. True. Tom says, see, back then, rap beef wasn't really beef. It was them beefing on records. Yeah. Even the Bridge, even Queens Bridge versus BDP. When they was out of town, they took up for each other. They looked out for each other. They had each other's backs. But when they was in New York, it was like, nah, fuck Queens. Hip hop started in the Bronx. From what I understand, hip hop started in Brooklyn. But I mean, that's an argument. The Bronx insists that hip hop started in the Bronx. But then you have people who say that Kool Herc started hip hop. And then you have people saying, ain't no Kool Herc start no damn hip hop. Is you crazy? He couldn't even scratch. And he can't. He was a mixing DJ. But you know. Bum City said he did have that MC Shan K. He did. He totally bit his shit. Totally. Remember in Juice Crew diss? I was like, how is Shan dissing himself? Oh, that's not Shan? Who that? Cool C from Philly? The Hilltop, West Philly. What? Damn, by law, must be talking about me. the one and only almighty Cool C. Sounds just like him. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. Tom says, Marley Marl, because MC Shade and KRS-One was going at it. And to me, KRS-One's 1100, KRS-One's battle with the bridge is over. Yeah. Notice, even with your typos, you must have an iPhone with the autocorrect. But I can read. I know what you're saying now. Now I'm starting to get it. Nar says, scratch the A from my comment. I got you. I know what's going on here. Tom says, don't let LL Cool J fool you. That's a Queens brother. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, all day. Farmers Boulevard, Hollis, Queens. You know, that's where we chill out. Cool out. You know, that's where the crib's at. Carrie says, we can fight once we get back home. That's how it was. They said in New York, we was totally separated and going at each other. Out of town, oh, no, that's my brother. You know, you put hands on him, we putting hands on y'all. Made sense to me. They was getting money together. How they made the rest of the country give a fuck about what's going on in New York? Oh no, I'm down with the Juice Crew in Queens. You live in Alabama. Still. Mannequin challenge. All right. Tom says 752. For we are always heard it was the Bronx. And the reason why I believe it's the Bronx is because KRS-One, who they called Professor, said it started from the Bronx. I can't argue with that. Well, I know some people that was before KRS-One, and they say they say Brooklyn. Now, I mean, the deep historians, they say, we ain't gonna let the Bronx have it, but in all reality, it was Brooklyn. Kings County, baby. Kings County. But who's to say? All right, hip hop started in the Bronx. Fuck it. Hip hop started in the Bronx. But Cool Herc ain't started. That's what we not gonna do. Tom says, I love the line by KRS-One. Harlem keep on making it. Bronx keep creating it. Brooklyn keeps on taking it. And Queens keeps on faking it. Yeah. All you sucker MCs, won't you please come out to play? Because they are... All right, man, we about to get on the out of here. We went from a paper trail to put the needle on the record. Put the needle on the record. Tom says something about two. I can't argue with that neither. And I understand what you're saying because I always thought it was a Brooklyn thing when I was young. They say it started in the BK. That's what they say. I'm a Philly nigga. What do I know? I know what I heard. I heard what they said. Let me Google it. Did hip hop really start in Brooklyn?
Hip hop actually started in the Bronx in the 1970s. However, Brooklyn played a very important role, developing its own scene and producing many iconic artists, like the notorious B.I.G. and Jay-Z, and influencing fashion.
Shut the fuck up. Nobody want to hear that dumbass shit. Talking about some notorious. I'm glad Troy ain't here. Talking about some The notorious. We talking about in the 70s. I'm probably talking about no damn notorious B.I.G. What? You insult me. You insult me, Google. This must not be Google. This must be Grok. What's that Twitter AI, whatever. Notorious B.I.G. See? So the Bronx is credited as the birthplace of hip hop with events like DJ Kool Herc parties in 1973 being pivotal. Brooklyn's contributions. Brooklyn developed its own vibrant hip hop scene with artists and events contributing to the culture in many ways. Oh, they do mention some groups that I respect. Early scene. The borough had a thriving scene in the 1980s with artists like Divine Sounds, Cutmaster DC, and groups Houdini and Nucleus. Dang. They ain't talk to who I talk to. I'm gonna get my way. Hip hop started in Brooklyn.
Pop started in Brooklyn.
Okay. Now. Okay, here we go. Poison Pen. BK all day. Was hip hop created in Brooklyn? Part 11. God damn. Part 11? I probably got to go to. Let me see what they saying. Hurry up, I ain't got all day.
So the bro Illa G, I interviewed him, and he said that hip hop was created in Brooklyn, not the Bronx. Man, roll the clip. So you're born in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So around that time, hip hop is being created, right?
Hip hop is actually before the 70s. People don't like to acknowledge that, but the
right, but you know, it depends on who you ask.
It's the term.
All right, I don't want them to bang me. But y'all can check out the channel. All right. Poison Pen was hip hop created in Brooklyn. And I'm telling you, and I never saw this video before. I'm about to check it out soon as we done, though. Because I know for a fact that hip hop started and was created in Brooklyn. I know it. I feel it in my bones. Feel it in my bones. Don't be upset with your Philadelphia Eagles because the Dallas Cowboys will raise the temperature of their fans and sadly let them down when it counts. I definitely have more faith in Jalen Hurts. Man, but our offensive coordinator, oh my God, he's going to cause our death. And Time also says, any owner that sits down with Stephen A. Snitch and doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs, an electrician that know that it's okay to be talked about. Man. And Tom says, I would definitely love to check that out. Appreciate that. Yeah, make sure y'all check that shit out. He says, I believe the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles should be fired like Chip Kelly and never brought back. I'm telling you, he got to go. The least they could do is have somebody aside, come in and advise him and really do and call the plays because he ain't it. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious November 30th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Brooklyn was, hip hop was created in Brooklyn. Wait a minute, what the fuck? Leah Harris and Bronx did not create hip hop. Henry Demby. What's going on here? And Wanda B. Bookin and Okoro Princess Favor and Errol Burton and Wanda De Jesus, Clarence McNair, last but not least. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious November 30th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally, all of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, listen. Paper trail. Listen, if you okay with somebody knowing every move that you make, everything that you buy, everything that you do, even if you passed your baby nephew a couple of dollars for his birthday, then this the way the world is going is for you. But if you're the type of person that sees the benefits in maintaining some semblance of privacy, or at least discretion on your behalf, then you probably don't appreciate all of this AI that's being created and this digital currency that's being forced on us day after day, more and more. There's going to be a lot of resistance as time goes on. And there's also going to be a lot of submission. It is what it is. I'm only here to inform y'all of what your options are. Cash money, I think, is best for me and mine. And when I say me and mine, I mean me and all of y'all brown people, because if you really think about it, we've been watched all our lives anyway. I'm gonna leave it at that. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. What up, Wojak here, and also 84 Black Lagoon. 84 Black Lagoon was good, and I appreciate y'all. Coming through. We will be back tomorrow night, Monday going into Tuesday. 2 a.m. in the morning, 2 a.m. in the morning. Y'all know that's what we do our thing on the daily Get a Business show. So make sure y'all come on through. One love, y'all. Y'all have a great day. Make sure y'all hit the like button on your way out, share the show, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Peace.